Hi and welcome to Tweet Street. I'm Mick Tiffany and I'm a novice lizard canary keeper and breeder. Join me on my journey as I strive to breed birds good enough for the show bench. Hello everybody, welcome back to Tweet Street. This is episode 21 and in episode 21 I'm going to be looking at has the Polygonum worked, has it made the beaks of the birds, the chicks, any darker, and the legs. We'll have a little look at that. The Napoleon Weaver is going through his molt, so you'll see the difference from last week to this week. And just a weekly roundup really of the rest of the birds in the aviary and how we're getting on. Yeah, I'll see you in a second. Right, so we've been feeding the young birds 2 leaves of Polygonum. Falopia alberti is the type. Polygonum, 2 leaves a day. I missed the odd day out, but in the main it's 2. To see if it's making any difference. And this was them being fed, and this is a little clip of one of the young. And I think you'll be able to see that that's darkened quite well. I'll just freeze frame that, and you can see that definitely the legs are getting darker than they were. Yeah, so that seems to be working, and it's been a nice week outside. We've had some sun, blue tits in the olive tree, young ones just fledged themselves. Now blue tits would have between 8 and 12 eggs. Here you've got one adult feeding one chick and another adult in the other side of the tree feeding another chick, so there's only 2 that actually survived, and so that's not a massive success rate for those. You know, the weather's been up and down for them as much as it has for us guys that are trying to breed our canaries and finches inside. It's interesting to see that they're all eating me most expensive sunflower hearts, bless them. They don't want to go for the cheap stuff, but of course it's nice to see. And this is what I see out the window of the office when I'm putting these little episodes together. So it's quite nice, so it distracts me, but it's a very pleasant distraction. So what have we got? We've got the Napoleon Weaver is out in the aviary, the pair. They're on their own at the present time. They will be followed by some of the other lizard chicks shortly, but this was the male bird last week, and you can see a bit scrappy do. Now this week he's got a lot more yellow on him, as you can see now, but those cheeks are going to be jet black. The front of the bird will be jet black. He's not very well trained, he won't turn around for me. I'll have a word with him in the week. And I'll try and get another camera outside. It's been really horrible wet weather again, unfortunately. This was a reasonably nice sunny spell I got. But I need to get a camera outside so you can see properly. In fact, he does turn around in a minute, I think, for me. Tempt him with a bit of seed. You can see how they fluff themselves up and make themselves look a bit of a fluff ball. But they do that even after they've molted. It's not like they're itching because the feathers coming through. It's just something they consistently do, the males anyway, not the females. There he goes again. Yeah, and he's just trying to show off. He's got his good lady around. I'm not sure. I don't intend to breed with these. I think they're a community bird, so they will probably want several pairs of Napoleon Weavers in the same area to breed. And these guys are on their own, and they're really just eye candy for the aviary. There's the missus. She's just waiting for him to finish off showing off with his new coat. And if you look carefully, she's winking at the camera. She knows what's going on. She's just chilling in the sun and just waiting to get older fuss done. So that's the Napoleon Weavers. They've had a good little week. They're nice and busy. It's nice to see in the aviary because they are always busy flying around, always doing something. I put some long grass in there, and that's kept them really, really entertained. So, right, the Raza. This hen bird was the one that was poorly not so long ago, and I had to put her in the hospital cage. If you saw that episode or episodes, run over 2 or 3 episodes. She was really poorly. I thought we were going to lose her. She got back health-wise. She's now fostering these 3 young chicks. They've had some ups and downs. They're feathered up now. This video was done earlier in the week. they're now feathered up, and you'll see that as we go through. I'll tell you about it in a minute, but one of them weren't in the nest when I got back. I went out today, I got back, there was only 2 in the nest. And I'll tell you what happened to them in just a moment. Right, so the other day I popped a little camera above this nest of chicks, only really to record the sound of the chicks, because I'll put a bit of background sound to these episodes, so you constantly hearing the birdies, and so I weren't really going to video as such, but they look so nice. I left it in for now. I have got a sound clip, so I can extract the sound and not have the picture. But while we're just watching them, I'm going to go back to the rasers now. But they have feathered up. Today I had to go out for a few hours, nothing unusual, of course, and we had a cracking thunderstorm and hell of a lot of rain. Obviously the rain shouldn't affect anything, but the thunder can sometimes upset the adults. In the past I've lost the odd adult bird to thunder and lightning. So we came back and I went down the shed. When I left the shed, 2 lots hadn't hatched either, so it all went on while I was out. So the rasers, I saw 2 chicks in the nest, the 3rd one wasn't there. He was on the bars of the cage at the bottom, freezing cold. He was just moving, so I snapped him up quick, put him in my hand, blew on him quite a bit just to keep him warm, ran into the house and gave him to the missus to hold. I mixed up a bit of food, a bit of hand rearing food, and when he'd warmed up, put some food down his neck. He got a bit of movement with him. I put him back in the nest so that the hen bird can sit on him to get that proper temperature up, and seems now okay. I've just been down there again. It's now 7:30 in the evening, and they're all okay, and he or she has perked up. In one of the other cages I had 2 chicks hatch while I've been out of 3 eggs, which was expected, and I had another cage with 3 chicks hatch out of 4 expected, so I'm hoping for another one. But one of those chicks only hatched today, probably in the afternoon, was on the floor through the bars of the cage, and on the floor again, very cold but still just moving. That one was only probably a couple or 3 hours old. Again, kept it warm, blew on it, got a little bit of food down it, and put it in the nest. Adult jumped on it, kept it warm, kept it alive. So the trials and tribulations of keeping birds. So I'm thinking that maybe the claps of thunder have upset the adult bird. They've jumped on the nest in, startled, and unfortunately they've took a chick with them as they've done that. But fortunately on this occasion, it's a Saturday, I'm not working. If it was in the week I'd have been at work and would have been 2 chicks less, unfortunately, but luckily it's a weekend, I'm around, and we've got them back in the nest and got them warm and feeding again, so happy days. And as you can see, these guys are quite happy, they're being well fed. I think this is the nest of 4 it is on the top. The parent bird is she's looking a bit stressed, to be honest, so I'm willing these to jump out the nest and start fending for themselves so she can have a rest. And yeah, but so the trials and tribulations of keeping birds. These guys don't care, they're being fed well, and other than that, it's all going very well. What's happening? Weekly roundup. Canary bird, she's sitting on 4 eggs, and hopefully they'll be fertile. Either way, this will be the last ones she'll be having and sitting on. There's the 3 young, they're going to be moved out. They were going to be coming outside in the aviary. Unfortunately, it's persistently raining, and I'm going to leave them in. Maybe tomorrow they'll come out in the aviary and get some flight time. There's one of the young, that's the one that you saw me feeding a Polygonum to. Just videoed that one in no particular order, but He's happily bouncing around. This is Mariah's daughter. Hopefully she'll have some more eggs in the next day or two. If not, then that'll be her finish for the season. At the bottom I've got the cockbird in with that bird, and they're going to stay for the rest of the season together like that, and hopefully they'll have some eggs, and we'll see how it gets on. This time she failed to feed the last one, so I'm hoping as a pair they might be okay. These guys got the 3 chicks in the bottom. They're doing very well. Middle ones they're on the sticks, they're fine. 3 in there. This is the one with the 4 squawkers that you saw chirping away a minute ago, and they're all doing okay. This video was in the week. They're now a little bit bigger, much more feathering on them, and doing quite well. Going down to the brasa, there's the 3 chicks in there. They've got a fair bit more feather on now. Like I say, one of them had bailed out or been kicked out, one of the 2, but is now back in the nest with the others, making 3 brasa chicks again, which is really nice to see. She's doing a really good job of feeding them as well, which is nice. These guys had 3 eggs, 2 were fertile and 2 have hatched today. That's nice. I'm really willing them to raise them. This is the young one with the dark legs I was filming, the really dark legs. I mean, there are others with dark legs, it's not just the odd one out of the 6 that have been sectioned off. You can see he's got a few those orange feathers where it was being pecked out a bit in the aviary, which is why I've singled them off. I would have liked them outside a bit longer, but that's just the way it goes, unfortunately. This is one of his siblings, and they're looking a bit scrappy at the minute. They'll be molting well soon, and get their true colours, looking a little bit scrawny. Don't know why that should be. They're getting fed well. This is the chick that was on its own. The parent birds have now got 3 eggs. This shows 2 blues, but they've actually got 3 eggs. Hopefully tomorrow there'll be 4, and they'll be set down. These are the other rasas. They've got 4 eggs. They looked like they were going to be fertile. They had the red spot with the veins coming through, so it looks like they're going to be fertile. There's the quail. Took her eggs away so she's not sitting. And these guys had 4 eggs, 3 have hatched. 1 was on the floor, obviously through the barza cage. That's now back in, and hopefully that 4th egg will hatch. And then we've got the 3 young ones. As you can see, their legs are getting quite dark as well. Now, at the minute that you can see them flying onto the bars, they've now got solid green sliders in between, because I don't want them messing up the tails when they molt, so it doesn't spoil the feather in. So that they won't be jumping up like they are now, so they're going to sit on the perches and behave themselves. There you go, that's it for another little episode, a little weekly catch up. Hopefully you found it a little bit interesting. Please let me know. And we've had a few more subscribers this week, which is really nice, so thanks very much for you new guys that have jumped on board. Lovely to see. If you're just watching for the first time, please do subscribe, click a like, share, whatever you want to do. It's lovely to have you around, and hopefully you'll enjoy looking at our hobby of breeding canaries. It is a great hobby. There are some headaches with it, but it is all part and parcel, and it's really interesting, really nice to see, especially when you get young ones come out. So thanks very much. I'm putting this episode out on a Saturday because tomorrow's Sunday, it's Father's Day, so I should be weighted on hand and foot by all my kids. Yeah, right, okay, that might not happen, and I'm going to go and see my own father. So yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Hope your birds are doing well, hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.